High upon a hill in the picturesque countryside of Buckinghamshire stands the Church of St Lawrence, and next to it, the Gothic-styled Dashwood Mausoleum. The church was remodelled in 1763 by Sir Francis Dashwood, 2nd Baronet, after he inherited lands around West Wycombe Hill from his father. Dashwood topped the medieval church tower with a dazzling golden ball, which can be seen for miles around. Sir Francis was a wealthy man who was an important member of Parliament, and in his later years he was appointed as Chancellor of the Exchequer. But it was what happened beneath the church which drew much unwanted attention to West Wycombe. In the late 1700s, Sir Francis II Baronet and a group of very wealthy noblemen decided to use the West Wycombe Caves beneath the church as a meeting place for the infamous Hellfire Club. The club was notorious for its cult-like debauched activities, which encouraged satanic rites, heavy drinking, orgies and mockery of the church. With reports of hauntings and strange phenomena, just what exactly did the Hellfire Club summon in these caves?
This is going to be an exciting one, I think, and one for the paranormal lovers out there. I think this one is going to tick your boxes. So just coming into view here is the Dashwood Mausoleum. Let's go and have a closer look. So the Dashwood Mausoleum holds the remains and some memorials of many members of the Dashwood family, including Sir Francis himself.
The Dashwood Mausoleum was built in 1765 by Sir Francis Dashwood, 2nd Baronet, upon the site of an ancient Iron Age hill fort. This elevated position commands a prominent location for Dashwood's Gothic-style masterpiece, which houses the ashes of many members of the Dashwood family.
So can you see all the urns in the little sort of stone recess holes? All the different urns, all the family members. What an incredible building, absolutely stunning. I mean, what a mausoleum. And it really does show how wealthy Sir Francis Dashwood really was. One of the ghosts that is said to roam down in the Hellfire Caves is the ghost of a steward of the Hellfire Club, Paul Whitehead. Paul had asked for his heart to be buried in an urn and stored within this mausoleum, for he loved this place so very much. But at some point in history, people started taking his heart in and out of the mausoleum, maybe as an extra for tourists or something of that ilk. And unfortunately, in 1829, his heart was stolen. It is said that Paul's distressed ghost wanders the caves, tormented at the loss of his heart. There's something about ivy growing on a building, reclaiming it. This is made of stone and flint by the looks of it. I'm hoping the church is... Oh, maybe it's not through there. Okay, I'll go around the other way. Dead end. Oh, look at that yew tree. More yew trees. And there's a wall behind here. So we must be... Yes. Ta-da! Oh, look, and there's the globe. Hopefully we can pick it up on the camera. It's a bit overexposed, it's bright. There it is, a glistening golden globe.
It's worth noting here the juxtaposition between the church, with its glistening golden ball, a representation of heaven and ascension, and then 260 metres below the earth is the dark, brooding presence of the Hellfire Caves, an undeniable representation of hell and sin.
Okay, so we're going to leave the mausoleum and the church now and head to the Hellfire Caves. Oh, looks like we're getting close. Really? Down this path? Okay. Oh, look at that. Spooky. As you can see, it's not that accessible. Here he is, Sir Francis Dashwood himself. Can you imagine being one of the Hellfire Club members coming down here with your robes on? What awaits them? Oh, it's got that old musty smell, which I actually really like. If you know, you know. Oh great, mannequins.
The West Wycombe Caves were originally built with good intentions by Sir Francis to help alleviate local unemployment, which had been caused by 3 consecutive failed harvests back in the mid-1700s. The local men were offered work quarrying chalk, which could be used as a building material for homes and roads in the area.
It's very church-like here, isn't it? The shape that's been carved out. It's very, yeah, cathedral vibes. So now's a good time to tell you about another ghost that is seen down here, which is the ghost of a white lady called Suki. She was apparently a servant in a local public house, and she was tricked into coming into these caves where she thought she was going to be meeting a guy that she was going to marry. So she came down here in a long white flowing gown, and she was actually tricked by a group of men that she had sort of refused the advances of. A fight and an argument broke out, rocks were thrown, and one rock, sadly thrown by the gang of boys, hit Suki in the head, and she fell, hit her head, and died of her head injuries. So apparently her ghost lurks down here, still wearing the white flowing gown. Okay, so this is a mannequin of Paul Whitehead. You can complete with creepy sound effects. So Paul's obviously the guy that I told you about whose heart was stolen. And there is an urn.
Was to keep a record of the wine and drink consumed at Bedmingham Abbey.
Oh, look. Amazing. So I'm here at the moment, at Whitehead's Cave. Got Franklin's Cave, because Benjamin Franklin apparently was a member of the Hellfire Club too. Children's Cave, not sure what that's about. Banqueting Hall, which is where Suki is believed to have died. The Miner's Cave, and the Inner Temple. And you have to cross the River Styx to access the Inner Temple, which is something from, I think is it Greek mythology? Where the dead have to pay a ferryman to cross the River Styx to get into the other world, the spirit world.
Originally, St Francis's Club of Men used to meet at a nearby abbey called Medmenham Abbey, but later on they found the caves to be a more private and more suitable option. At that time, the group was not known as the Hellfire Club, but as the Order of Knights of West Wycombe, or as the Brotherhood of St Francis of Wickham.
These iron gates, they mean business, don't they? Okay, which way? Oh, we've got... Oh, I think that just goes around to where I've just been. Yes. Okay, so here is the list of the Hellfire Club members. Obviously Sir Francis Dashwood, co-founder. Paul. Man of the cloth. Lots of MPs. No surprise there. They're not positive of the exact members of the Hellfire Club. A lot of them are just by association or by letters that were found. When the Hellfire Club was disbanded in, I want to say 1766, I'll correct it if I'm wrong, but the list of members was suspiciously burnt a few years later, so
Men of power, many of whom were in politics, would gather in these caves to perform parodies of rituals conducted by the Catholic Church. Drinking and orgies were part of the course for attendees. The club members were labelled as devil worshippers, who mocked the church and religion and sat with Satan. The club's motto was reported to be "Fais ce que tu voudrais," do what thou will.
it's very dark here, this part anyway.
Franklin often stayed at West Wycombe and visited the caves in 1772. He wrote afterwards to a friend, Mr. Dashwood.
Decisions need to be made. Let's follow the music. Okay, so this is the banqueting hall. It was opened in 1973, so a bit later than the rest of the caves, which were opened to the public in 1951. This is where Suki is supposed to have met her grisly end, and her ghost is supposed to be here at times. It's very lavish. You've got all these statues dedicated to different gods and goddesses. Gives you an idea of the luxury that went on down here.
It was reported that members of the club would wear ritualistic clothing when in attendance, which included cult-like white and red robes. The leader styled himself as abbot. Other male members were known as monks or brothers, and the women that the men brought down here were called nuns.
You've got right with those glowing yellow lights, which looks tempting, and then you've got left, and I can hear an audio attraction. I'm going deeper underground. There's too much panic in this town. Oh, okay. Oh, look. Sookie. Poor Sookie. And some skellies. Okay, so Most Haunted have been here. So the ghost hunting team from the renowned living TV programme Most Haunted carried out an overnight vigil within the caves during December 2003. 2 members of the team were Yvette Fielding, the presenter, and Derek Akora, their medium. With their highly technical ghost hunting equipment, they spent the night without lighting in the caves. They said the caves were the darkest place they had ever visited. Wow, they saw orbs, heard noises such as babies crying, wow, stones being thrown. So apparently it says that Derek Akora did not know about the legends of the Hellfire Caves, of course, but he felt the presence of a young girl dressed in white. Could this have been Sookie, the bride? Amazing. So this is a depiction of the miners, the workers in the cave. Before the caves became anything more sinister, as the Hellfire Club claimed, they were just mining caves, they were just quarries for chalk, which was used to build houses in the area and for creating roads. So we found the river Styx. So members of the Hellfire Club would pay their ferryman his coin to cross the river Styx and come into the inner temple, which is where all the really debauched activities took place. Do wonder what they got up to in here, So I've come back up the cave system and I'm going to head towards the warm orange glow that we saw earlier. In we go. I wonder if they really did do satanic and evil things down here, or whether that was just hearsay, because at the end of the day, anything that was not related to the church, any kind of paganism, was seen as satanic, even though in most cases it wasn't at all. Maybe they just had a love of the fine things in life. Ah, okay. I see where I am now. It's a bit more narrow here, headspace wise. I was reading on a billboard there that this place is popular with bats. I'm loving these creepy faces. Aren't they cool? So I've left the caves, I've ascended back up to heaven, back up to the mausoleum and the church, to where my car is parked. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed having a look at the spooky Hellfire Caves. I certainly found them very interesting. If you're not subscribed, please do consider doing so, and I'll see you all again on the next Weird Walk.